Today, I'm starting an industrial revolution in Minecraft using the create mod. And this time, I'm automating everything. Vanilla just added the crafter block in 1.21, but honestly it's nothing compared to what create mod lets you do. We're talking full-fledged factories, massive conveyor systems, rotational power, trains, and even package delivery across giant logistics networks. To make all that work, I built a custom mod pack with a bunch of create add-ons, including infinite durable ores, oil-powered energy systems, and even electricity generation using gears. It's definitely the tech nerd's dream. The world itself uses terralith in regions unexplored for better biomes, and I've enabled large biome generation to force long-distance transport routes. This isn't just another playthrough, this is industry uprising. Let's get into it. To get anything done in this world, we'll need some basic gear and resources. I started by chopping down a few trees, then headed into a cave to look for iron. On the way down, I ran into an enderman and managed to grab an ender pearl. We'll need those later for chunk loaders. I ended up in a large cave with plenty of redstone, iron, zinc, and even a couple of diamonds. Not bad for a first mining trip. Here's everything I brought back. Not a bad haul. I decided to set up a starter base here since the terrain is mostly flat and gives us some room to expand. Alright, so we have a bit of base here and we have a sheep in our bed. Hello, Mr. Sheep. But I think we don't really want to have a bunch of chests with a bunch of unorganized items. I think we should make some sort of storage system to organize all of our items and make things a lot easier. But before we can get organized, we'll need to set up some basic create machines. I smelted some iron, crafted a mechanical press, and powered it with a simple water wheel setup. And now, we could place iron here and we'll get iron sheets. Very, very slowly. Yeah, we're gonna need to improve that later on. After building a mechanical press slower than an aging 50-year-old grandma going 15 under in the left lane, I set up a mechanical mixer to produce cardboard. The way we do this is by throwing in saplings and water into a basin. And wait, why isn't it working? Oh, I forgot to speed up the rotation so the machine would actually run. And so I brought the gears up to speed, then the machine started making cardboard pulps. I then put these under the mechanical press to condense them into cardboard, which we use to make packagers. Now that I had all the resources, I started building the storage system. Alright, and I think we'll put it right here. We'll actually have the stock requester sit here. We'll have a stock ticker right here, and then let's actually make a couple of chests for the items. We'll have it sit right here. And then let's put the storage vaults right here. And actually we'll move the chests up one like this. Actually, we need to have the packager on that. Like this. Then we'll have the belt go here. Put our andesite funnels on. And then we'll need to power this right here. So we'll go ahead and put a water wheel down here. So place our water wheel down like that. Just like that. We'll place this here. Then we'll get a shaft. Put it right there. Put a vertical gearbox right here. And actually it's the wrong way. So we're gonna have to make another vertical gearbox. Here we go. Place this right here, and like that. So now packages will go from this packager here over to this packager. And we'll need to place a stock link on top of here. And then we'll go ahead and take this. We'll need to link our stock ticker to our stock link and place it back down. And then we'll need to get a mob sitting next to it. So let's go and find a mob. This sheep over here. You're coming with me, buddy. So we'll place the sheep here. And now we can click on it to reveal all the items inside of the storage system, and we can request it. So now if we put the item hatch here, we can put, say for example, this apple inside of the storage system. We go in here and we can see it. Now in order to request this apple from the storage system and get it into this chest, we'll need to have the package requested from the system, have it come out of here, go into this belt, and then go into this andesite funnel here. To do that, we'll need to write a package address here. So let's just say why can't I? Why does G open my inventory? Let's unbound that. We'll say it's storage out. Okay. And actually, we don't need an address on this. Just take this out here. I think if we just should go in here, goes into there. Okay, then we get the items here. Cool. So yeah, we could dump a whole bunch of items in there. If we just shift click it, shift right click it, it'll put everything except for hotbar in there. Then we go in here and view it all. Then we can request it. Say we want this andesite alloy. Just click that, and we also want this cog and this dried kelp. Click send. It'll come through here, and then we get it in the chest. Nice. Another thing we could do is we can put items in a list filter, and then we can actually put it into the stock ticker here, and that'll create a category and organize the items. So as you can see, we have a configured filter here. So let's go into the stock link. We're going to click new category. We're going to name it metals, for example. We put the filter in here, click the check mark. And as you can see, it's sorted. It has its own category. We can hide it, we can show it, and it'll make things a lot easier. So if you want redstone, that, and boom, we have redstone. Easy. Now that we've got a basic storage system to keep things organized, it's time to move on to something a little more industrial. Cobblestone automation. Now I know what you may be thinking. Cobblestone? Isn't that like the most basic resource in the game? But here's the thing. In the create mod, cobblestone is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of automation. For example, you can crush it into gravel, then crush gravel into sand. And that chain of resources opens up a ton of possibilities down the line. So even though cobblestone seems basic, automating it now will save us a lot of time later. To save time and avoid committing to a massive build in the early game, I grabbed a small, compact cobblestone generator design from someone else. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. To show you how it works, I built it in a creative world first so that you can see it in action. First, we'll fill the tanks with lava and water. Now that the tanks are filled, all that's left is powering the system. To do this, we'll put a power source into this large cogwheel. And just like that, you can see it starts generating cobblestone. As you can see, this mechanism moves back and forth. Each time it shifts, the pumps push lava and water into contact, creating cobblestone. Then the mechanism resolidifies, breaks the cobblestone, and the pieces are collected into this depot for storage. With the explanation out of the way, let's hop back into the survival world and build it for real. Alright, so we have a schematic cannon set up with the schematic to be built here. Now unfortunately, we're missing some of the brass materials from our list, and in order to get brass, we will need a blaze burner, and for that, we'll need to go to the nether to get blazes. We'll also need some quartz. Oh wow, amazing. With our newly acquired blaze burners, I made brass ingots and then finished crafting all the materials for the cobble farm. Now it was time to watch as the machine built it for us in a fraction of the time spent gathering the resources. So here it is, we have our first cobblestone generator. It's dropping items all over the place, but you know, I think it's fine. I think it might just be this block right here, actually. Let's break that. Let's actually put another trapdoor there. There we go. Let's see if this actually fixes it. Yeah, okay, that fixed it. Nice. Alright, so now if we put some chests under it, like this, and then we put a chute under it. Yeah, there we go. We can now access all the cobblestone that it generates. Very cool. Now we have infinite cobblestone. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, we want to try to automate andesite alloy with this cobblestone that we're now getting. We'll need to feed it in the crushers. So we'll need to build a few of those. And yeah, next time we want to start automating some stuff. And yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.